Hi everyone, that is a first video of tips and tricks playlist. I just want to record some important moments of how I implemented them. I will show you localization on my current project Santa Jump, MemoGift, mobile kit. So for localization, I found interesting plugin, Lean Localization, and it works with TextMesh Pro also. My Unity version is 2021.3.4f1. So first we have to download Lean Localization and import that into our project. After that, let's go to Plugins, CW, Lean Localization, Examples, and open the first localization scene. As you see, the first advice is to copy Lean Localization game object to our scene. Let's do this. There are also several languages inside it, and it is said that we can just copy any and edit with our needs. Let's do this. So now we have to fill translation code. I prefer to follow instructions, so let's open that one also. Go to Lean Localization and open Guide Local Documentation. And choose how do I add the language list. Translation code is optional, but it is used by auto translation system. For codes I opened the website log.gov. You can find that link in description, and let's take a look, for example, for Turkish. Code is TR. Okay, nice. So rename our game object to Turkish and paste code TR to translation code field. For translation I use CSV table. I think it highly optimizes the process, but there are some details on the way. Open CSV scene. Let's take a look at Lean Localization game object. Here we see several game objects with Lean language CSV component inside it. The source field arrows to a file for CSV table. Okay, let's take a look on example. We see that delimiter is comma, and if the phrase is more than 2 lines, there are quotes on the ends. That's important. Let's copy that stuff and create a separate folder in Assets and name it Localization. Open it in Explorer. Then New Text Document and rename it to Turkish.csv. Edit, paste the copied stuff here. Also important step. File, save as, UTF-8 with BOM. Save, replace. In other way you can see Word things in the Unity editor. Then I open it with Excel. But you can use any software you want. Now I will paste here my tips, which I will translate right now. Also, I recommend to begin with English and then with your native language. because some words can have double meaning and it causes strange artifacts. You might also see that some phrases are divided by slash. It is used for convenience. Now I translate in Google Translator step by step all the stuff. Be careful with multi-line phrases. There is no need to paste words in Excel. It does it by own. After that, open it again with Editor and delete unnecessary double quotes and the last line break. Also check all phrases. Then return to our CSV example scene. Let's copy one of that game objects to our lean localization game object. Let's rename it to Lean Language CSV Turkish. Select Turkish.csv in source field and choose Turkish in the language field. Also press Load Now button. OK, now we have loaded Turkish language. Let's see how we can use it. Open your TextMesh Pro game object. Then add lean localized TextMesh Pro UGUI component. Provide a fallback text if no translation found for that phrase. Then press the List button and choose the phrase you want. To test if we do right stuff, we can detect language to none and default language to Turkish. Let's run our scene. OK, that works. Let's return to previous settings. Let's analyze how to switch the language by button. Go back to documentation and press on How do I change language. We see that there are two ways. One can be done in Inspector and the other one through the code. To see the first variant, we can open the example scene for change language. And on the English button, in onClick method, we see lean localization object. We selected method leanLocalization.currentLanguage. And parameter is a string with the language. Here is English. So that's all. You can just duplicate that object to your scene and change language for your needs. Also, the very handy thing is tokens here. Sometimes you want to add parameters inside your phrase, like in my case. So in your translation CSV table, tokens are provided by curly braces. And in Unity we have to open lean localization object and game object with lean token component. Name it exactly as your token in CSV table. provide a default value. Then in code use method linLocalization.getTranslationText, and don't forget to import lin library using linLocalization. And that's all. Did you notice the magic linLocalize TextMesh Pro UGUI font component? I bet that you did. That component provides a font individually for each language you have. It is unnecessary if your font asset supports characters from all the languages in your list, but in my case it does not. So go to Google Fonts, select the language you want to have, for example Japanese. Click on the font you like. Download family. Create a folder in Assets and name it Fonts. Paste here your font. Now we have to create a file with all the characters of a special font. Unfortunately, font doesn't have characters itself. So let's create a text document characters.txt in our localization folder. Copy all the stuff from the language you want and paste it here. Also, add a translation on a language in this language, like Japanese in Japanese language. Now go to Window, TextMesh Pro, Font Asset Creator. In the source font file, drag and drop font, and in the field character set, select characters.txt file. Press Generate Font Atlas. Now we have a font asset for our language. Next we have to bind font assets for each language. Go to linLocalization game object, create a child game object and name it font asset. Add linPhrase component here. Switch to Object tab and provide all the font assets for each language. Save. Return to game object with linLocalize TextMesh Pro UGUI font component. Select font asset from list. Also add a fallback font. I also recommend to make a prefab from linLocalization, because I put that stuff in all the scenes where I need translation. That's all. Now I want to share my code explorations on dynamic buttons for changing language. First, I create a script len.so.cs. With the help of him, we will create scriptable object for every language. Now let's create scriptable objects. Then create a script lang.cs. We will put it on language prefab. I hope you can analyze it by yourself. And here is lengths.cs script. Put it on a parent of your prefabs. Please try to figure out what is in this script. So now you can drag and drop all the scriptable objects to your game object with lengths component. In general, that's all. So here are the most important methods. Lin localization, .get translation text for getting text to translate. Lin localization set current language all for changing language. Lin localization get first current language for getting current language. Basically, that's all I wanted to show you. Hope that was useful and informative. If so, please don't forget to subscribe, like and comment this video. That was Nick Games. See you!